guide your children with impairments, and all children serve their
Boaz Muhumza is visually impaired, but is a trained advocate. He hails from Kanungu district in southwestern Uganda. For his education, Muhumza traveled across the country to Roro district in eastern Uganda, where special needs education could be attained. This was hundreds of miles away from his birthplace. Upon completion of his studies, Muhumza opted for charitable work that would help improve the plight of blind children. His long, tedious education revealed one thing that he has tried to advocate for, that all student teachers should be trained in special needs education if ever the education of disabled children, especially the blind, is to make any meaningful strides. To him, this will enable disabled children to attend schools near their homesteads rather than traveling hundreds of miles like he did.
So my call to government is really that in respect to teachers, one could be to have all teachers compulsorily, as long as you're training as a teacher, you should also train to be a teacher who can teach students with visual impairment. Because that would break down the barrier of having special schools. Then students with disabilities or with visual impairment would be able to join ordinary schools where they are sure they would find teachers who can train them.
Muhumza is currently an advocate helping via special needs schools. Through his work, he interacts freely with children that share his plight. This is HID Foundation, located in Central Division in Mukono Municipality. All children here are blind. Unlike him, most of these children here have grown up without parental love and care. Some are delivered to this foundation by police after parents abandon them, while others are delivered by sympathizers who pick them up after finding them neglected. But there isn't much for these children to do here. Solace is therefore found in music.
Disability is not a curse, not a blessing. It's a concern for everyone, for no man wishes this kind of concern.
Moving up and down, holding hands, and sometimes humming songs of sorrow, the picture of an uncertain future hangs on their faces. They sing to themselves and to the people they do not see, and sing about things they have never seen at all.
I called upon you, you heard my prayers, and in my sicknesses I set me free.
Hope is their main ally. Every child here longs for that time when a good Samaritan will eventually appear from nowhere to offer him or her a place to call home. With limited space, the foundation lacks playing materials and a playground to keep them busy. Most of the time is thus spent on studying the Braille, although these are not enough either. Braille materials are expensive, and the plea is for government to provide them for free to special needs schools.
It remains a problem even if a parent is willing to educate a child, even in the presence of UPE. He's not able to do so because he's unable to purchase the expensive materials that the child needs to use.
Government is, however, not lying idle. Retired Major Jessica Alupo, the Minister of Education and Sports, says government has put in place a policy to guide special needs education. The policy, among others, forbids the torturing of children with special needs.
We've just finished the policy on special needs education, and we intend to make a law on special needs education that will cater for all the abuses that those children suffer from, including discrimination by parents themselves or by the communities.
These children are often subject to stigmatization in normal schools. Teaching these children is not easy, given the fact that most of them have never had an experience of a teacher before joining the foundation. Muhumza says that parents must treat all children equally, including the provision of education. Blind children need to cultivate self-confidence if they are to succeed in life. Parents should avail children with visual impairments play as well, as this stimulates their other senses.
They should know that these children need full inclusion in the community. They need to play with other children. They need to fall down and run and play football like other children, and it doesn't matter how they will do it. Let them do it. Make them feel that they are part of the community and they will be capable of competing with others in the society. If you make them feel discriminated from the word go, they will lose their morale, they will lose their confidence, and they will not be able to compete with others in community.
Meanwhile, Muhumuza continues to do what he does daily, advocating for visually impaired children.
Your cooperation is very important. Regard your children with impairments.
Mubangizi, NBS Television.